I'd like to call the Board of Trustees regular meeting Monday, November 6, 2017 to order. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of meeting agenda. Any additions or deletions, please? No, we're deleting 10/30/2017 on approval of minutes. And we're adding under letter F under new business, sanitary sewer connection agreement. And is there anything else, please?
Are we proceeding with A?
Yes. Mr. Castle will give us an explanation on that.
I make a motion that we accept the agenda as revised. Second.
Motion by Clerk Candell, supported by Treasurer Honnold. Any other discussion or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Approval of minutes 10/3/2017, 10/10/2017.
Make a motion.
I don't think it's on.
No?
There you go.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes from 10/3/2017 and 10/10/2017.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Gurley, supported by Trustee Clifford. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. I think your mic's hanging out that way. Yeah, if you turn. There you go. Public announcements. Are there any public announcements at this time, please? No public announcements. Any public comment at this time? No public comment at this time. Number 7, consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are considered routine by the Township Board and will be enacted by one motion. According to established Township meeting rules, there will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the Board or public so requests at or prior to the meeting, in which event the chair of the meeting may remove such items from the consent agenda for discussion and consideration under agenda item number 8 below. Approval of the consent agenda shall be by majority roll call vote of those present and voting.
For the bills list this month, we have $577,343.47 in bills scheduled to be paid, and $167,959.43 invoices that have already been paid this month, for a grand total of October invoices of $745,302.90.
Thank you.
A motion that we approve the consent agenda with bills totaling $745,302.90.
I second.
Thank you. Motion by Treasurer Honnold, supported by Trustee Clifford. Deputy Clerk, roll call, please.
Honnold.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Trombley.
Aye.
Candell.
Aye.
Gurley.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. No items removed from consent agenda. No unfinished business at this time. Number 10, new business. St. Augustine Catholic Church Cemetery Proposal. Mr. Casson? please, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I received a request from the church asking for the township to consider allowing a cemetery on land that they've acquired. Upon reviewing our ordinance and also talking to Mr. Japik this morning, we've determined that what they're asking for is currently not allowed by the ordinance. The property in question is zoned residential, low density. Your ordinance itself at the present time says cemeteries are allowed in the township as a special land use approval, but they have to be on agricultural land. In that regard, there would be two options available to the church. One would be to rezone the property, which would be not exactly, it'd be a spot zoning and not exactly what I believe the township would approve. The other option would be to have the township amend our ordinance to allow special land use approval of cemeteries in all residential districts. That would take a action by the planning commission, public hearing, action by the township board, and then approval. Now, if that were to take effect, then the petitioner, the church, would need to apply for a special land use approval. All told, it would probably take in the neighborhood of 3 to 4 months if everything went as expected. So what the township board is really being asked at this time to take action on referring the matter for consideration to the planning commission, in which case you are given an option of them developing the ordinance and opening up the public hearing, or taking no action at this time and just tabling the matter.
Thank you, Mr. Campson. And one quick question. The church already owns the property. It is tax exempt.
I know the church owns the property. According to the letter, I can't answer if they've received tax exempt status.
Is that so?
My understanding is not your assessor.
Okay.
Is going to be taxed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Casson. Any other questions?
We're on 31 now.
Pardon?
So where is the property located?
It's where they tore that house down, right? Trying to best describe the location. It's where they tore the abandoned house down, correct? That property is leads and it goes behind the other residents?
It's contiguous for a current cemetery, which is being full. And the other, both sides of the cemetery are occupied, one side of the subdivision, and that's the foot guy. So.
Could you come up to the microphone, please, Mr. Rumenap, please?
Excuse me?
Could you come up to the microphone just for a second, please? Basically, it'd be the back end of the cemetery, correct? Attaching to it?
Yeah, it's, I think they've combined them all, but they haven't been going to.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, basically the idea is, the cemetery's getting full. And it's much better if you can enlarge it and just continue the services versus having two cemeteries. The property became available. I'm sure you're well familiar with that property. The gentleman was going to develop it, then he changed his mind, and we ended up buying the contiguous part. We already had a parcel on 31, so we're combining all those. Let's see, what else? I know it doesn't generate any taxes, but it's probably not going to anyway. They're good neighbors. I mean, they don't cause any expense. There's very little
Quiet?
very little car traffic and very little foot traffic. But, it's long-term because I don't have it in front of me, but there's like 17 acres involved in Lenox. So, and we understand that the only way this could happen would be to change the ordinance to allow special land use. That also allows Lenox to put conditions into the ordinance and conditions at the time of review for the special land use. So if there's anything you want to see or you don't want to see, or how it's laid out, they would have to come with a full-blown site plan and meet all your criteria. So that's the good and bad side of special land use. You do have many controls. You can word them in the ordinance, or you can do it at the time that you have a hearing. So we're hoping that Lenox will consider this, and we'd be thankful if they did. That's it.
Thank you, sir.
And my name's Bill Rumenab. I'm a member of St. A's, but I'm the township supervisor over in Casco, so we're your neighbor. And so that's a good thing. Okay, thank you.
On
Wish you
this
have a
plan,
pleasure.
Mr. Rumnap, it's listed as 20.89 acres.
I knew it was close to that.
Okay.
I think we bought 9, and we had the other piece from about 50 years ago that was donated to the parish. So we were always hoping that that would happen. The previous owner of this parcel knew we wanted it, and he ended up putting it in a trust, and the trust sold it to the developer. So things don't always work out the way you hope, but there's...
Thank you.
You're good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So if we'd like this to go further, we need a motion to refer this to the planning commission. Is that correct, Mr. Casson?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion that we refer this item to the planning commission for consideration.
I second.
Motion by Clerk Kendall, supported by Trustee Clifford. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Letter B, revised minor possession ordinance amendment. Mr. Johnson.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Supervisor, Township Board members, good evening. This is a, you'll recall, I think at your very last meeting, it was at your last regular meeting at the beginning of last month, that we brought to you basically a rewrite of your minor possession ordinance based on changes that were in state law due to a series of events. At that time that we had it before you, the law said you had to have it done by October 10th. You did what you were supposed to do. You adopted the ordinance. We got it to you in time. It was all rush. Got it done. We did the right thing. And then literally within a day or two of that, the state amended the state law again to provide for it to be done by January 1st, basically extending the dates for all communities to do it. But as a result of that, we now had a legal ordinance in place because we had done the right thing. So, or an ordinance that we can't enforce. So what we've done here is brought back to you another minor possession ordinance. The only change is to make it effective January 1st of 2018 as opposed to this year in October, which is where it was headed. There was no publication of the last ordinance. We got in touch with the clerk's office in enough time so it didn't go out there to confuse the public any more than you and we have been confused by the state here, but fortunately we caught it in time and that confusion hopefully won't be out there other than those who might have attended the meeting. So this is before you for adoption this evening. If you're prepared to move forward, it provides for publication by December 2nd, so anytime between now and December 2nd, if it's published, it will become effective concurrently at the same time that the state law becomes effective.
And just for informational purposes to our minors, on New Year's Eve, prior to midnight,
Yes,
they are not protected under the new ordinance.
that's correct. It's still going to be the harsher penalties and things of that nature under the old law.
Just so they know.
Be good and they have nothing to worry.
Yep, they're good, they have nothing to worry about, you're right there.
I make a motion we accept the revised ordinance adopted on January 3rd and follow the current law up till then.
January 1st.
First, I'm sorry.
Effective January 1st.
First, my bad.
Thank you, sir.
I'll second.
Motion by Trustee Clifford, supported by Treasurer Arnold. Any other discussion, questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Planning Commission Recording Secretary appointment. I believe we went through this and it's a formality.
It is.
Basically.
In all our discussion, we forgot to make the official appointment, so we need to do that. So I will make a motion at this point that we appoint Jeanette Ventimiglia, the Planning Commission Recording Secretary.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Clerk Candle, supported by Treasurer Connell. Any discussion, questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Letter D, computer server additional storage proposal. Madam Clerk?
Our server is out of storage capacity, so at this point, I've been contacted by High Tech, and they have suggested that we put additional space, and that comes to $1,427. So at this point, I'm looking for approval for $1,427 for the additional storage capacity on our server.
Luann, are they give you any projection on how long this particular storage will last, or do you have any idea? I mean, are we going to be doing this in 2 years?
It's possible. It depends on how much we put on it.
No, I don't, I thought maybe you had an
Yeah,
educated
it's
guess.
just kind of an unknown thing.
Oh, okay.
At this point, what we have in front of us will get us by for a while. And
Okay.
it's just kind of,
I just didn't know if you had a
No.
projected.
And we, just so everybody's aware, we have the possibility coming up too of having a meeting where we talk about electronically storing all of our files, also too, for backup purposes in the township. And
Yeah, we've talked about that.
that'll take quite a bit of room.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering if, I mean, we're gonna be doing this in 6 months, maybe, if we're storing all our files across the street. Oh, but, okay. I make a motion, we approve the $1,400 and some dollars, whatever the amount was, for additional hard drive storage on our system.
I'll second.
Motion by Trustee Clifford, supported by Treasurer Arnold. Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Pardon?
I
Okay.
gave you round dollar amount, it's $1,271.
You want to
Yeah,
redo
that's
that
a little
motion,
bit
please? I'm
off.
sorry, amend that motion.
1271.
Yes. Sorry.
Amending the motion, okay. Any question? You're seconding it? Seconding it? Motion by Mr. Clifford, supported by Treasurer Arnold. Any other questions regarding that? Can you state the amount, please, once again?
$1,271.46.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Letter E, holiday office hours. Everybody should have a copy of the 2017 holiday schedule. And Deputy Supervisor, do you have the date of when we shut down?
December 22nd.
Okay, thank you.
Ron, flip your paper over.
Thank you very much. So we're not open on Fridays as it is. So from the 22nd to the 2nd, we would be on shutdown. Any questions regarding that?
So what we're doing is basically 3 days we're gonna shut down, other than what we shut
Three
down
office days
anyway.
would be the only work days we're missing from all that time.
Sir, which month?
December into January.
Thank you.
Yes, because of Christmas on a Monday and the New Year on a Monday, we only actually missed 3
And
days.
traditionally, there's nobody comes in here at that point in time anyway. I mean, obviously, it's my first year, but,
And we have a bank to collect taxes, so, and a Dropbox, so if anybody wants to pay, they can either put it in the Dropbox or go to First State Bank.
And what we've typically done too is post an emergency number on the door for contact in case of emergency here regarding any township business.
okay.
I make a motion that we approve the holiday office hours be closed December 22nd all the way to January 1st, 2018.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Gurley, supported by Trustee Clifford. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Letter F, sanitary sewer agreement connection agreement. Mr. Jopper.
Yes, thank you. This is also a revisit. 2-3 meetings ago or so, the board approved an intergovernmental agreement with Chesterfield Township to enable the connection of a proposed pilot service facility on 26 Mile Road. The service facility, of course, is going to be located in Chesterfield, but it would connect to the township's sewer line along 26 Mile Road there. There was, at the time of that prior board approval, inclusion of Macomb County entities and drainage district as part of the agreement, and that was part of the board's approval. Both county parties be included as parties to the agreement, because at the time, there was some dispute and disagreement over the ownership of that sewer line and responsibility for repairs and so on and so forth, and ongoing disputes with the contractors in the county and the township. Those have been resolved at this point, and the township has accepted responsibility for that sewer line going forward, so those things have been cleared up. The county is no longer needed as a party to this agreement. So to be clear in the record, since it was so clear before that the county was supposed to be a party, but it's no longer necessary, I'm bringing it back to you for reapproval of the agreement. I've taken out all references to Macomb County and other entities under the county that would have been responsible or part of this agreement. They've been extracted from the agreement. Now it is just an agreement between the normal type of agreement for this scenario, which would be between the two townships and the property owner for the connection. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. The general concepts of the agreement are basically the same. There's been some clarification based on communication with DPW and engineers about how the billing would work to make it work consistent with other similar agreements that we already have with Chesterfield for these types of connections.
And all the ownership rules or things are cleared up between the county. We know what we own and what we don't own.
Based on the resolution to the disputes that have been finalized at this point, yes.
Okay. I make a motion, we sign the revised agreement with Chesterfield Township to allow Pilot to go ahead and proceed with their tap and whatever they need to do to proceed with their project.
I second.
Motion by trustee Clifford, supported by trustee Gurley. Any other discussion, questions? Anything, Mr. Joppick?
Nothing to
Deputy Clerk, roll call, please.
Clifford?
Aye.
Gurley? Aye. Kendall?
Aye.
Connell? Aye. Trombley?
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Number 11, public comment. Any public comment at this time? No public comment. Number 12, closed session.
Make a motion that we go into closed session at 6:53.
I'll second.
Motion by Clerk Kendall, supported by Treasurer Arnold. Clerk, roll call, please.
Kendall?
Aye.
Connell? Aye. Gurley? Aye. Trombley?
Aye. Motion.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Closed session.
I make a motion that we go back into open session at 7 PM.
Second.
Motion by Clerk Kendall, supported by Treasurer Arnold. Deputy Clerk, roll call, please.
Kendall?
Aye.
Connell?
Aye.
Trombley?
Aye.
Clifford?
Aye.
Gurley?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
I now make a motion that we go into closed session for the purposes of discussing privileged and confidential attorney-client communication under section MCL 15.260A 8H at 7:01 PM.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Clerk Kendall, supported by Treasurer Arnold. Any questions? Deputy Clerk, roll call, please.
Kendall.
Aye.
Kano.
Aye.
Trombley.
Aye.
Gurley. Aye. Clifford.
Aye.
Motion passes. Closed session. Thank you.
Motion that we return to open session at 7:14 PM.
Second.
Motion by Clerk Kendall, supported by Treasurer Arnold. Questions? Deputy Clerk, roll call, please.
Kendall.
Aye.
Kano.
Aye.
Gurley. Aye. Clifford.
Aye.
Trombley.
Aye. Motion passes.
I'd like to make a motion to authorize and direct the township supervisor or his designee to proceed with the termination of an employee who is identified in the township attorney's October 23rd, 2017 letter to the board presented in closed session, and to do so according to the procedures and recommendations of the township attorney.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Motion by Trustee Gurley, supported by Treasurer Arnold. Any other questions or discussion? Deputy Clerk, could I get a roll call, please, again?
Gurley. Aye. Kano.
Aye.
Trombley.
Aye.
Kendall.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Okay.
My favorite one to make. I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting at 7:15.
Second.
Motion by Clerk Kendall, supported by Trustee Gurley. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned.